About 2 years, and I'll tell you what I missed about it. And I missed the locker room and being around the guys, and leading and being a part of a team. And now that I'm back, I'm really thankful that I'm coaching, and my relationships with the players. That's a lot of fun, and that's something I missed, and I'm glad to have those now.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Houston. Hopefully, I'm still here. That means if I'm still here, that means we've done pretty well, and their leadership is somewhat happy with me, and that we're moving in the right direction. All right, we'll come back to you.
Some of the difficulties you see maybe in this Salt Lake game, challenges?
Defensively, they're a very tough team to break down. I got a lot of respect for Pablo, the way he coaches, the way his players fight for him, and there's always a real commitment that they have. That you really have to earn goals against them, and so we'll have to, whether it's a little extra effort, the right numbers in the box, and being clinical, because you don't get a lot against them. So all those things have to be good if we're going to get something out of the game. Our mentality has to be one where we're up for a fight, and that's a staple in his teams. But it's a good team. Watch them the other night; they were toe-to-toe with Seattle. That game could have went either way. So they're a good squad. We'll have to be ready.
Another player you faced in your career, do you relish these matchups against former teammates, former opposition, and what can you tell us of maybe your relationship with Paulo Mastro?
Well, he's one of my favorite all-time players that I've shared the field with, and he's one of my favorite people that I've dealt with in the soccer community. I think he's got a great outlook on life. I think he's a good leader. I think we're similar in a lot of ways in how we go about our leadership styles and coaching, but I think he's tactically a lot better than people would give him credit for. Player manager type coach, but sharp and has his team organized every weekend and committed. And he's done a great job, and they're lucky to have him.
Coach, Saturday you start 3 games in a week. Obviously, 1 game at a time. But how do you feel about having so much depth, in your roster?
Well, we always want depth, and we could use more, because every day you wake up and there's a new tooth extraction or an ankle sprain or a baby. So there's just always something that constantly tests your depth. So it's all about Salt Lake this week, right? But we also have an understanding of the next 2 months of this season. It's jam-packed. It's jam-packed against really good teams. And so it's a great challenge for us. And we got to embrace these next 2 months. We got to take care of ourselves physically and mentally, and make sure that we're ready for it, because it'll be a slog. And we're also going to need every player. It's just inevitable that when you go through this many games, you need each player on the roster to come in and do their part and stay ready. And the last part is competing here every day to see who's the best group, or to win games on Saturday. It's as that depth comes in, it makes my life difficult in a good way, in that we've got some, as you said, depth coming in to make life again difficult for me to choose a starting lineup.
Last time we spoke, we were in Tampa. Any updates on Corey?
He was running today. Yeah, he's running today, so that's a good sign, and we'll see how this progresses this week.
To put a spotlight on some of your defensive players, what do you take? Maybe what have you been more impressed with? The guys in the central part of the park,
Mm-hmm.
Steve Clark, Tini Chadebe, and Ethan Barlow, who have been there pretty much since the beginning of the season.
What I love about it is I can't really pick one, right? We talk about, I know it's cliche, but it's collective. You don't defend, if you're relying on one player to save you with, tackles and goal line clearances, you're in trouble. So I think it is a collective, and it's not just the two in the middle and Steve, and it's Daniel Steris, who's been a rock back there and has given us some stability. Franco Escobar has come in. Artur, you have to put in that conversation constantly, in that collective. It's our two forwards. It starts with the forwards, wide midfielders doing their work both sides. When the ball turns over, diagonal down, getting into good spots to help us out, whether it's strong side, weak side, helping out with the numbers centrally. Hector, has been very strong and responsible in his two-way game, and Coco. Yeah, so it's everybody. I know that's a cliche answer, but it really is, and I'm proud of that. I think we're playing another team this weekend that also has that mentality. So I think it's going to be. Hopefully, we continue that form at home.
How do you keep maintaining that winning streak at home?
You read my mind, man. I think we continue to understand, or we have to keep understanding and going back to what has made us successful, right? If you get away from some of the little things that we've been doing at home, those results can change really quickly. And it's some of the defensive collective efforts that I've been talking about. It's outworking the opponent. So all these little things that we talk about have to continue for us to have success at home, because every game here in the league can go the other way very, very quickly. And I would say every game we've had this year, we could have won or lost. But you got to make those plays that matter in the end, and hopefully we can continue doing that this weekend. Yeah, good question. I got to be honest with you. Yours were a lot tougher than these two. Well, you got anything else, Victor?
No,
You cool?
I'm fine.
Okay. Good. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.